So Chai, a return on Sunday to pastures familiar to you?
Oh yeah. No, I've been looking forward to this for like since the minute I signed with the Rocks. I've been anticipating this return, this visit, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Is it a case of seeing old friends or a point to prove, or both?
Yeah, a bit of both really. I built up a lot of good relationships in Guildford with the fans, and I actually did work there before I joined the team. So it's going to be good because I think a good percentage of the crowd is going to be, supporting me. So I don't see why any of them wouldn't support me. I'm friendly, I get on with everybody, but also it's a point to prove that I was capable of playing, and this is what I'm capable of doing right now.
Was it just a case of Paul James just saying to you, "I've got some plans, but you don't fit into them"?
I think it was more of a case that he put me on the shelf, like he wanted to. The reasoning and the excuses were that I was a development player, which I understand, but there was opportunities for me to participate and contribute, and I didn't really get them. And I don't know, just not talking bad about PJ and what he wants to do, but everyone treats people differently, and I think I got the short end of the stick, really.
Was that in the European games when it became obvious at half-time that they weren't going to win this, and did you get enough game time then?
I actually played the most minutes I played all season against DKV, Hoventu, which was a bit of a surprise because they're the best team Guildford's ever played in history. And I remember playing about 20 minutes and had a good game, actually. And I thought from that point it might be a snowball effect and I might get some games in the BBL, against the lower table teams, but it didn't happen. And
that killed the momentum.
It did kind of kill the momentum. I don't know, it just, things like that can take the hunger out of a young up and coming player, and it can kill spirit. But I was just like, I'm coming to practice every day. I was getting injured and I wasn't really getting any compensation for it, and amongst that, I wasn't getting paid, so it was kind of a struggle. I was struggling. Every day was a struggle, so I decided to part my ways.
Because there were some problems with the finances because of the European campaign, wasn't there?
Yes, there was. There was a big talk about how it was a bold and brave step by Guildford, but also a stupid one. Yeah. I mean, it's one thing entering a competition, but I think Guildford entered the competition just to enter it, without the hopes of ever really winning it, because we came close in a couple of games, but well, I say they came close in a couple of games.
Going from some of the internet forums, it seems like you're still a popular chap down in Guildford, and some of the fans are looking forward to seeing you return there. Have you still got any relationships there you want to look up, say hello to?
Well, I know I've got a number one fan in Guildford, a young lady that was at every games, and in the auction she'd buy my jerseys and stuff like that. So it would be nice to see her. I mean, she even followed me around at Midnight Madness and came to support. So it's nice to have dedicated fans. And there's some faces there that I'm actually really looking forward to see, and I let them know I'm looking forward to seeing.
As well as your 3 cats.
6 cats.
6 now.
6 cats. No, I've got 6 cats. Yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm going to go home after the game and just chill with the family a little bit, and then head back the next day on Monday. So I'm actually this weekend is a really exciting weekend for me. But on top of it, before I relax and get too carried away, we've got to get the wins. So that's the most important thing for me.
Speaking of which, was there any explanation for last week? Because it seemed a very un-Rocks-like performance.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't know. I don't think we didn't come prepared for the game. I think everybody's heads was a little bit down on the fact that it'd be an upward struggle just to qualify, and I think that does take the sort of the fight out of you. And we weren't communicating well. It was just down to a bad effort. We didn't put in a good enough effort for the win.
Was it a case of a hangover from that last quarter against Sheffield?
I think that probably did play a part in it. The same thing happened when we played Newcastle away, and it was a tough battle until the last 3 minutes of the game, and then the next day they went on and lost to Plymouth. We took it out of them in them being good teams, and then they carried on and got themselves a loss. And I think the same thing kind of happened with us. We should have won the Sheffield game. We definitely should have won the Sheffield game. But momentum changes. It can change in anybody's favour, and fatigue kicks in, and it's that time of the season now where these games are going to get tough, even against teams like Capitals and Worthing, the lower league table teams are going to start, performing, because it's about to see who's got the hunger now, who's got enough strength to push through the fight.
And of course, injuries don't help with the coach being injured last week, and Blake having his knee trouble as well. He says he's got to play on to the end of the season, but even so, it's a case of wait and see and hope he holds on.
Well, that's all we can do, really. We've all suffered injuries from throughout the season, but when I say injuries, we all suffered aches and pains, But now those aches and pains are starting to manifest into injuries, and the injuries, what could cost us, a bit of silverware this season, and we don't want that. So ideally, we need to rest as much as possible, but at the same time, we've got to get that mix where we can train hard, because these last 15, 16 games, however it is, are going to be really intense. There's going to be no easy games, and there haven't been any easy games up until this point. So now is going to be even tougher.
And finally, you've lost a Mohican. Was that a result of Mickey taking from the lads?
No, you know what? Mine was a little bit crooked. So I was like, it's growing, it's getting longer, so it's becoming more definitive.
Could have set a new trend.
Wonky mohawk. No, so I just decided to cut it off. I went for I also got very, very sick. I was sick for a couple of weeks after that. And I just decided to cleanse myself, and I shaved everything, except for my eyebrows. I just shaved everything off, and I thought I'd go for a new look just to sort of get that cold, flu, whatever it was, out of my system.